Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my half exploding box. I've decorated this really cute little box, as you can see, with a little card that you can write your greeting on. And then we have to undo this bow. I know nobody wants to undo bows, do they? But when you take the top off, we have a little sentiment in there that says congrats on your new home, and we have home sweet home, lovely little Yankee candle. And I think that that's just a really pretty design with the little note that pops out there, and then obviously we just pop the lid back on, make sure that this is in the right place, and we just tie our bow back up, which I probably won't do very well because for some reason I never can do it when I'm on camera. But I'm going to show you how to make it. This one that I've actually made, this one here that I'm showing you, I did actually make up, bow's the wrong way but never mind. I did actually make up using the centimetre measurements. The one I'm going to make now will be using inches, so at least you get to see a very slight difference in the size. It's not anything massive, but it is just slightly different. So to start off with then, we need a sheet of cardstock, and I'm using powder pink on this one with the whole lot of lovely DSP, and this one I'm using Pool Party and the same DSP, only I'm going for the pretty flowery one. So let's grab a I can't even remember now, scoring tool. Crikey, it's been a long day. Okay, so starting off with a DSP that is 7 inches by 7 inches, and that's 17 centimetres by 17 centimetres, and we're going to score simply at, we're going to score at 2.5 inches on all four sides, and in centimetres that will be 6 centimetres, again on all four sides. So while I've got my scoreboard out, I want to score my other items just to make it easier. So just grabbing my pieces of cardstock. So as you can see, we've got one slightly smaller and one slightly larger. The larger one is for the lid, and this is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. That's 7 centimetres by 7 centimetres. And we're going to score this at 3/4 of an inch, which is 1 centimetre. But you must remember to put your shim in place. So this one's the inches, so we're going to score at 3/4. And again, like I said, all four sides using that shim. And if it is easier for you to do it like this, use your your insert as your lid. So that's that, put it to one side, and this is the insert, and this is awkwardly 2 15/16, so it's basically just one notch under 3 inches squared, so that's the same on both sides, and we're simply going to score this one at 1/2 inch on all four sides, and in centimetres that is 6.8 by 6.8, and again that's scored at 1 centimetre. So that's the scoring done, so let's get that out of the way. Okay, grab my bone folder and my scissors while I'm here. So back to our base, and obviously we've just got a simple grid. Decide which you want as your front. Because I messed this little bit up, I'm going to have that as the back. So for the front, you're simply going to fold and burnish first, of course, just checking that you were all watching. So we just simply fold and burnish all four score lines. And I actually can't, oh it's there, the bit that I messed, but I just slipped slightly, that can go at the back. So if you're deciding this is the front, nice clean straight cuts here. If you have large scissors, try and use them, because you will need that nice smooth one cut. Obviously if you're using small scissors, and I'll show you in just a second, and take those away. Obviously if you're going to do small cutting, and I'm just going to cut down this back one here to show that if you have small scissors, and we do need to trim these anyway, and you start doing this, you see what happens? You don't get that nice smooth straight or fairly straight cut as you would with one single cut. And then we just need to notch on these ones. So yeah, so if you have long scissors, try and do it in one fell cut, one straight cut. So that's that bit done. So now we need to add our DSP. And so we have 4 pieces here, and these are 2 1/4 by 1 3/4 inches. And I can't find my snail, it's hiding there. And in centimetres, that is 5 1/2 by 4 1/2. And then I'm simply adhering these onto the panels of my box. And just pop one on all 4 sides, and obviously it's always easier to do it whilst your box is flat because you can press your adhesive down then, and especially if you use wet adhesive, it gives you that pressure that you need to stick it down with. So that's that bit. And then you need to add some retiring views onto your tabs, and obviously just adhere them onto the inside. And then I just put this flat and give that a little press, and there's your basic half exploding box. I suppose you could call it a quarter exploding box actually, but we'll stick with half. So once we've done that, we then need to decorate our little panel inside, and for that I'm using this beautiful At Home With You. It's a stamp set that I believe has been overlooked since Christmas, because a lot of people use them for the holly wreath and the door. Maybe some do use them for a welcome to your new home, etc. But I just think it's a little bit overlooked now because it seemed as more of a Christmas stamp. But I obviously have used it for this and I love it. So first off, I need a couple of blocks. And then I want this small basket of flowers. And then first off I need Congrats. I've used basic grey because I didn't want to use black because I thought that black would be a little bit too stark on this. And then I just simply stamped my flower basket in the centre there. Give that a clean on my Stampin' scrub and put it to one side. And then in with Congrats across the top. And then I'll get rid of that. Oops. So I don't need Congrats. And then I want On Your New Home, which again I just then stamped across the bottom. And I'm going to do this next bit as quick as I can. I've got the lovely Stampin' Right markers, so I have crumb cake here that I'm just using to do this lovely basket stroke container. You could use your blends, but obviously you'd have to use Memento, and again we're going back to that black stark colour. I think grey's just slightly softer for this. And then I'm just using Pear Pizzazz here just to add some colour to the leaves, and this is where I will miss one because I'm trying to be quick. And again on this one I use the powder pink on those flowers, so I'm just going to use Pool Party on this one just for it all to coordinate. And as you can see, I'm literally just doing a quick cross in the flowers just to cover the petals and the flower. No, that was fairly quick. And this little insert is the same as your DSP, so it is 2 1/4 by 1 3/4, which is 5 1/2 by 4 1/2 centimetres. So just stick that just on the inside, just there. Beautiful. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. So next off, you then need to make your insert for your candle to sit in. So we've already scored this one. So as before, we're just going to fold and burnish our score lines. And here's my little candle, and I measured the base of my candle and it is 1 1/2 inches. And so all I'm going to do now is pop this in, and I'm literally eyeballing this. So I'm gauging where my score lines are, where the top and bottom score lines are, and boshing that out. And obviously it's not quite central. If you want to get down to being specific, turn it over, measure it, find the centre point. I'm not really that bothered because it's just sitting in the box for the candle to sit in. But it just stops it wobbling around and keeps it straighter. And then you just go into these little corner tabs here, just cut little wedges out, all 4, just dead simple. And it doesn't, this one doesn't really have to be neat, as I say, because it is hidden just inside the box there. So I'll just pull those bits out. And I actually found that because these are quite small tabs and it's a little bit of a pain to get adhesive on, I used glue dots. Quick, simple, bang one on each corner. Just make sure that they do sit flat. If you get a bit that curls up or folds over, then you're likely to find that it's going to cause it to be a bit thicker, and obviously then it's going to cause you a bit of an issue in your box. You just simply press them and give them a good press, squish that glue dot down. So give them a real good press, and then, because I think that's the better angle, I'm just going to slide that in there and sit my candle in the top. And as you can see, fits like a dream. So that's that to one side. And then the last but not least is our lid. So we do the same again with this one. So we're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. And then we're just going to cut, I just realised my phone wasn't on silent. We're going to do exactly the same again here, just cut out those wedges on the corners. Exactly the same method with any box lid. And then when you've done that bit, move all my stuff out of the way. DSP, a little square of DSP on the top, and this is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 inches, or if you're doing it in centimetres, it's 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. I'm just going to pop that in the centre there. Oops. And then in with my fuse, and if you wanted to, you could decorate the lid. As you can see, the sides, as you can probably see already, or certainly I can, that this the sides of this box are a lot deeper than the centimetre one. You can always adjust that as long as you've got your basic measurement. There's no reason why you can't adjust it. As always, put my box together first, one side of my lid, pop it on, lie it down, and then just tuck the edges and the sides in. Make sure it fits nicely, and then give that a little press. Just make sure that adhesive's on, and again just pop, whoops, there you go. And this is what I said about the depth. Again, as you can see, look, it is slightly taller. Let's move that out of the way. That's the only difference the actual base is exactly the same. It's just the height and the depth of the lid, which, like I said, you can alter that if you need to. So my little box all made up. Pool Party Shimmer, and I'm just going to sit that on there and then give that a trim. I'm just going to tie probably a not very good bow, and I know the reason the bow goes sideways is because I'm doing the ribbon this way. I just wanted to do that to keep it all together, because if you're not careful, as soon as you pick it up, the lid does just pop off, and then it all the front explodes, and yeah, it's... But anyway, fiddle, fiddle, fiddle with your ribbon. Oh heck, I'm not happy with it, but I'm going to leave it for now because I just need to show you how I did my little book. So here is my little book. So this is 3 inches by 2 inches and scored at 1.5, which is 8 centimetres by 5 centimetres and scored in half at 4 centimetres. My DSP and my insert are 1.25 by 1 3/4 inches, which is 3.5 by 4.5 centimetres. So which way am I going? So this just goes on the front. This just goes on the inside, because obviously you want to be able to write something just on the inside. I didn't want it to be left so plain. I'm just using my 1/16 of an inch circle punch here and my silver baker's twine, which I trust you had a nightmare with threading this one. For some reason it just didn't want to thread without fraying, but let's hope it works. Probably not. Let's hope it works this time. Try the other end. It's just like cotton, isn't it? When you try and thread cotton through a needle, it all just pulls and goes wrong. Come on. Right, where's my piercing tool? If this happens, I found that the best way, cut off that frayed end, hover your twine over the hole just a tiny bit over, and use your paper piercer to just push it through, and you should then, yes, be able to pull all of your bits through. So I'm just going to put that to one side for a moment, because back in with my basic grey, my lovely little flower basket, my lovely markers. Very quickly going to colour this one in. Again, I'm sure you will take a lot more time than me, because I'm just trying to do it fast to show you. Pizzazz on my leaves. Probably missed one again. Quick whiz around with your ink, your desired colour. You could always do these mixed, or you know, a completely different colour. I just like the fact that obviously all of Stampin' Up products coordinate, and so why would I not use them and show them off? I then fussy cut this out. So I'm going to be as quick as I can, but you can see how quick and easy it is to fussy cut anything like this. And I think I've said before in previous tutorials, just move the card, not your scissors. Makes it so much easier. And if it gets stuck, trim it off, get it out of the way. An extra bit there. And then just quickly trim around this. I love this little basket, I really do. I think it might be used on a card very soon. And there you go, you see very quickly just fussy cut that out, and then I just want to bang one large dimensional there, and I just want to put a small one at the bottom just to give it that little bit extra. Backing's off. I'm rushing now because I know that I've already been on 20 minutes and that's far too long for a video. And just stick him on the front, and then you just need to tie this around your bow, and mine's just going to go just on here. It doesn't matter how long or how short you do this, it's entirely your choice. I'm just going to stick with about that. Trim off the ends really short because I don't really want them to be seen, and tuck them underneath the ribbon or behind the card. And there you have it. 2 cute little boxes decorated up and all ready to go to someone who's moved into a new home, and I think they'd be a really appreciated little gift. All the details are on my blog, everything is linked below. Hope you've enjoyed my tutorial, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!